Hello, my friends, Dr. Mandell here. If you're over 60, you've probably noticed it. Your muscles just don't feel as strong as they used to. Maybe climbing the stairs feels harder. Maybe lifting the groceries takes more effort. This is called sarcopenia, age-related muscle loss, and it's one of the biggest reasons why seniors lose independence, mobility, and strength. Most people think bone broth is the secret to staying strong, but listen carefully. While bone broth has some nutrients, it's not the magic solution. The truth is your body needs the right proteins, amino acids, and muscle fueling nutrients to fight sarcopenia, and bone broth alone just won't cut it. So today I'm going to share the powerful foods that truly build muscle and protect you from weakness, falls, and loss of independence. Let's go deep into this important truth. People everywhere are being told that if they just sip on bone broth every day, somehow it will protect them from muscle loss, reverse aging, and keep them strong for life. And while bone broth does have a few nutrients like collagen, minerals, and amino acids, it is simply not enough to stop one of the most dangerous problems seniors face after the age of 60, sarcopenia, the progressive loss of muscle mass and strength. Now I want you to understand something. Muscle is not just about looking strong in the mirror. Muscle is your independence. Muscle is your balance. Muscle is what prevents you from falling and breaking a hip. Muscle protects your bones, your joints, your ligaments, and even your metabolism. And once that muscle starts to melt away, every other system in your body begins to suffer. Bone broth, while comforting, is mostly water with a little protein and collagen peptides. Yes, collagen is good for your skin, your joints, your hair, but collagen is not a complete protein for building muscle. It is missing critical essential amino acids, especially leucine, that your body must have to trigger muscle protein synthesis. Without those building blocks, your muscles cannot grow or repair, no matter how much bone broth you drink. I've seen so many patients over the years who believed they were doing everything right because they drank their daily bone broth, but they were still weak, still fatigued, and still losing muscle mass. Why? Because the body after 60 changes dramatically. Your digestive system doesn't absorb nutrients as well. Your metabolism slows down, and your muscle fibers do not respond as strongly to small doses of protein like they did when you were younger. That means you cannot just get by with a little collagen or a tiny bit of protein. You need high quality complete proteins in the right amounts. Think about it this way. If your muscles are like bricks, building a strong wall, bone broth might give you some cement, but not enough actual bricks. And without bricks, you cannot build. The body needs those complete amino acids, especially leucine, isoleucine, and valine, to actually lay down new muscle tissue. And here's something even more important. After 60, your body develops what scientists call anabolic resistance. That means the signal to grow muscle becomes weaker, and it takes more protein to trigger the same response. This is why studies show seniors need 25 to 30 grams of high-quality protein per meal just to stimulate growth. Now compare that to bone broth. A single cup of bone broth may only have 7 or 8 grams of protein at most, and much of that is collagen, not muscle-building protein. So you would have to drink 3, 4, even 5 cups of bone broth in one sitting just to get the same effect that a piece of salmon, some chicken breast, or a protein shake would give you instantly. Does that make sense, my friend? That's why relying on bone broth is misleading. But don't get me wrong, I am not saying bone broth is bad. It has its benefits. It soothes the gut, provides some minerals, and can be part of a healthy diet. But the danger is when people replace real muscle-building foods with bone broth, thinking they are covered. That's when the problems start. Because when sarcopenia sets in, it doesn't just make you weaker. It increases your risk for diabetes because muscles are the biggest storage unit for blood sugar. It increases your risk for obesity because muscle burns calories even at rest. It increases your risk for osteoporosis because weak muscles put less stress on bones, and bones need that stress to stay dense and strong. So here's the truth. If you are over 60, bone broth alone is not your answer. You must prioritize high quality proteins. Eggs, fish, chicken, beans, lentils, tofu, Greek yogurt. These are foods that give your muscles the full spectrum of amino acids they need. And if you want convenience, a simple whey protein shake is one of the best ways to get leucine and other essential amino acids into your system quickly. Let me tell you something that really opened my eyes years ago. I had a patient in her late 60s who swore by her bone broth. She was drinking it every morning and feeling proud of herself, but she came to me complaining of weakness in her legs and difficulty climbing stairs. I asked her how much protein she was eating daily, and when we added it up, it was barely 40 grams a day. For someone her age and weight, she needed at least 80 to 100 grams just to maintain muscle, not even to build. So we shifted her diet, kept the bone broth for her joints and gut, but added eggs in the morning, Greek yogurt with berries as a snack, grilled salmon for lunch, and a small protein shake in the afternoon. Within 2 months, she noticed her legs were stronger, her energy had returned, and she was able to walk longer distances without fatigue. She told me, "Dr. Mandell, I can't believe the difference. I thought bone broth was the key, but I was missing the real muscle fuel." That's the lesson here. Don't let the hype fool you. Bone broth has its place, but it is not the weapon to fight sarcopenia. If you want to protect your independence, you must think beyond hype foods and focus on what science and experience tells us muscle needs: complete proteins, amino acids, and adequate amounts to grow and repair. So the next time someone tells you bone broth is all you need, remember this: your muscles are your fountain of youth, your shield against frailty, and your protection from the devastating effects of aging. And the way you keep them strong is not with hype, but with real, complete nutrition. My friends, I hope this gives you clarity. Keep nourishing your body the right way, and you'll be amazed at how much strength and vitality you can maintain after 60. Blessings to you and your loved ones. All right, my friends, let's really dive deep into this powerful truth. Protein is the cornerstone of life. Every single cell in your body depends on protein. Your hair, your skin, your nails, your enzymes, your hormones, and most importantly, your muscles. After the age of 60, your body starts to change in ways that make it harder to hold on to muscle. You don't absorb nutrients quite as efficiently. Your digestive system doesn't break down food as easily, and your muscles become less sensitive to the small doses of protein that used to keep you strong in your younger years. This is why so many people over 60 lose muscle so quickly, even if they think they're eating enough. The truth is, you need to make high-quality protein a top priority every single day if you want to beat sarcopenia and stay strong. Now let me explain something that many people don't realize. Not all proteins are the same. There are complete proteins and incomplete proteins. A complete protein contains all the essential amino acids. Those are the building blocks that your body cannot produce on its own. They must come from your food. Animal proteins like eggs, chicken, fish, turkey, and dairy are all complete proteins. That means when you eat them, your body gets everything it needs to rebuild and repair muscle tissue. In contrast, many plant proteins are incomplete. That doesn't mean they're bad. It just means you need to combine them with other foods to get the full amino acid profile. For example, rice and beans together make a complete protein. Quinoa, soy, and buckwheat are also excellent plant-based options that provide all the essential amino acids. This is why high-quality protein matters so much. When you give your muscles the right building blocks, they respond, they grow, they repair, they protect your bones and joints. But when you give your body partial building blocks, the repair process is incomplete. Imagine trying to build a brick wall when you're missing some of the bricks. The wall will be weak, unstable, and prone to collapsing. That's exactly what happens to your muscles when you don't feed them properly. Now here's something important. After 60, your body develops what's called anabolic resistance. This simply means that your muscles don't respond to protein as efficiently as they did when you were young. In your 20s, you could eat 10 or 15 grams of protein in a meal and your muscles would happily grow. But after 60, that same amount won't cut it. Research shows you need about 25 to 30 grams of high quality protein in each meal to stimulate muscle growth and repair. That's the magic number. Anything less, and your body might use that protein for energy, hormones, or enzymes, but not for muscle. So how do you get those 25 to 30 grams at each meal? Let me break it down. One large egg has about 6 grams of protein. That means you'd need 4 or 5 eggs to hit the target. A serving of Greek yogurt with some nuts can give you 20 to 25 grams. A piece of salmon about the size of your palm has 25 grams. A chicken breast the size of your hand can easily have 30 grams. And if you're on the go, a whey protein shake can give you 25 grams in just one glass. It's not about eating massive amounts of food. It's about making smart, intentional choices that deliver enough protein every time you sit down to eat. Let me share a story. I had a gentleman in his 70s who came to me complaining of weakness. He was eating healthy by most standards. Oatmeal for breakfast, a salad for lunch, and a light soup for dinner. But when we added up his protein, he was barely hitting 40 grams a day. His muscles were starving. We changed his breakfast to include 3 scrambled eggs with spinach, a slice of whole grain toast, and a little Greek yogurt on the side. For lunch, we added grilled chicken to his salad. For dinner, we replaced the light soup with baked salmon and some steamed vegetables. Within weeks, his strength improved, his energy went up, and he told me he felt more stable walking around the house. Why? Because his muscles were finally getting the building blocks they desperately needed. Another thing to remember, protein is not just about muscle. It also helps regulate blood sugar. When you eat protein with your meals, it slows down the absorption of carbohydrates, preventing dangerous spikes and crashes. This is critical for seniors who are at higher risk of diabetes. Protein also boosts your metabolism. Muscle tissue burns calories even at rest, so the more lean muscle you have, the easier it is to maintain a healthy weight. And protein helps you heal faster. If you cut yourself, have surgery, or injure a joint, protein speeds up recovery by giving your body the materials it needs to repair damaged tissues. Now let's talk about variety. You don't want to eat the same protein source every day. Mix it up, eggs in the morning, fish or chicken at lunch, beans, lentils, or tofu for dinner, Greek yogurt, or a protein shake as a snack. This way, you're not only covering your amino acid needs, but you're also getting a wide range of vitamins, minerals, and healthy fats that support your muscles, joints, and overall health. And please don't fall into the trap of eating tiny meals with barely any protein. I know many seniors say, I'm just not that hungry anymore. But if you're not hungry, focus on quality over quantity. A single scoop of whey protein in water or milk can be enough to give your muscles what they need. A couple of hard-boiled eggs or a piece of cheese with nuts can do wonders. Small, protein-rich choices throughout the day add up to a powerful defense against sarcopenia. My friends, I cannot stress this enough. Muscle is your armor. It's your protection. It's what keeps you standing tall and living independently. And the key to building and maintaining that armor is high-quality protein in the right amounts at the right times. Bone broth can soothe your gut. Vegetables can give you minerals. But only high-quality protein, complete, rich in essential amino acids, will keep your muscles alive, vibrant, and strong after 60. So the next time you sit down to eat, ask yourself, where is my protein? Am I giving my muscles what they need to protect me? When you make protein your priority, you'll not only fight sarcopenia, but you'll also feel stronger, more energetic, and more youthful than you have in years. Let's get into something that is absolutely critical when it comes to building and protecting your muscles after 60. You've heard me say that protein is the foundation of muscle. That is true. But inside that protein are smaller building blocks called amino acids, and one of those amino acids stands above the rest when it comes to keeping your muscles alive and strong. Its name is leucine. Now, leucine is special because it acts like a master switch. Think of your muscles as an engine. Protein is the fuel, but leucine is the ignition key. Without that ignition, the fuel just sits there. It doesn't turn into power. Leucine flips the switch and tells your body, all right, let's grow, let's repair, let's get stronger. Without leucine, you can eat all the protein you want, but your body won't activate the muscle building process effectively. That's why this one nutrient is so vital, especially as we age. Here's the truth. When you're young, your muscles are very sensitive. Small amounts of protein can stimulate growth because your body responds quickly. But after 60, your muscles become resistant. Scientists call this anabolic resistance. It means you need a stronger signal to get the same response. And leucine provides that strong signal. It's like turning up the volume so your muscles can hear the command loud and clear. Grow and repair now. But where do you find leucine? The richest source is whey protein. This is why I often recommend a simple whey protein shake for my patients who are over 60. In 1 scoop of whey protein, you're getting not just a complete protein, but also one of the highest natural concentrations of leucine. This makes it one of the fastest and most effective ways to stimulate muscle protein synthesis after a workout or even first thing in the morning. Eggs are another wonderful source. The yolk and the white together provide a strong dose of leucine along with other essential amino acids. Lean meats like chicken, turkey, and beef also contain leucine, and plant sources like soy, tofu, tempeh, and even beans and lentils provide it as well, though in smaller amounts. The point is, you must include leucine-rich foods every day if you want your protein to actually do its job. Let me give you an example. Imagine 2 seniors, both in their mid-60s. One eats plenty of calories, but most of it comes from bread, rice, and vegetables with very little leucine-rich protein. The other eats balanced meals with eggs for breakfast, chicken for lunch, and a protein shake after light exercise. Who do you think will maintain stronger muscles, better balance, and more independence as the years go by? It's the one giving their body that leucine trigger every single day. And here's something else. Studies show that older adults need around 2.5 to 3 grams of leucine per meal to maximize muscle growth. That means your protein sources must be chosen carefully. A small salad with a sprinkle of beans is not going to cut it. But 3 eggs, a scoop of whey protein, or a portion of fish or poultry can easily hit that leucine target. This is why quality matters so much more than quantity. I remember working with a woman in her early 70s who was frustrated because she said, Dr. Mandell, I'm eating more protein now than ever, but I still feel weak. When we looked closer, her meals were heavy in plant foods, but light in leucine. She was eating healthy, yes, but she wasn't getting that powerful amino acid signal. So we made a few simple changes. She added a whey protein shake with breakfast, included eggs a few times a week, and swapped in salmon twice a week for dinner. Within 6 weeks, she came back and said, my legs feel firmer. I'm climbing stairs again without holding on. That's the power of leucine. But let's be clear, leucine is not a magic pill. It works hand in hand with total protein, exercise, and proper recovery. If you sit all day and expect leucine to grow your muscles without moving them, it won't happen. Muscles need a reason to grow, and that reason comes from movement. Walking, resistance training, stretching, and using your body. When you move, you create tiny tears in your muscle fibers. That's when leucine steps in, flips the switch, and tells your body, repair those fibers, make them stronger, make them bigger. Without movement, leucine's message is weaker. With movement, it becomes powerful. This is why I often recommend that seniors not only increase their leucine intake, but also add simple strength exercises into their routine. Even light resistance bands, bodyweight squats, or climbing stairs can make a world of difference. Pair that movement with a leucine-rich meal, and you have the perfect recipe to fight sarcopenia. Now I want you to think about your daily meals. Are you giving your body leucine at breakfast, lunch, and dinner, or are you skipping protein in the morning, eating mostly carbs at lunch, and just a little meat at night? Many seniors make this mistake and it leaves their muscles starving all day. The key is to spread your leucine intake evenly throughout the day. That way your muscles get the growth signal multiple times, not just once. Leucine is also important for more than just muscles. It helps regulate blood sugar, it supports healing, it plays a role in energy production. So when you focus on leucine, you're not only protecting your strength, but also supporting your overall health. My friends, don't underestimate the importance of this one amino acid. It may be small, but it is mighty. It is the key that unlocks the door to muscle preservation and strength. Without it, your protein efforts may fall short. With it, you give your body the exact signal it needs to fight muscle loss, improve balance, prevent falls, and keep you living life fully after 60. So my message to you today is simple. Make leucine a daily priority. Choose foods rich in this amino acid. Don't skip protein at any meal. Move your body so leucine can do its job. And remember, your muscles are not just about strength. They are your independence, your stability, your metabolism, your protection. Keep them alive and thriving with the right fuel. I want to share with you something that often gets overlooked when it comes to building muscle and fighting sarcopenia after 60. We talk a lot about protein, we talk about leucine, we talk about exercise. All of those are critical, yes, but your muscles are not made of protein alone. They are living tissue, they contract, they relax, they communicate with your nerves, they store energy, and they depend on a wide variety of nutrients to function at their very best. This is where superfoods rich in vitamins, minerals, and antioxidants come in. Without these nutrients, your muscles cannot fully repair, cannot contract efficiently, and cannot protect you from weakness and fatigue. Let's start with one of the most powerful groups of foods, dark leafy greens, spinach, kale, Swiss chard, collard greens. These foods are nature's multivitamins. They are packed with magnesium, which is absolutely essential for muscle contractions. Every time you move your arm, take a step, or even breathe, magnesium is playing a role. Without enough magnesium, your muscles cramp, they spasm, and they fatigue much faster. Leafy greens also provide calcium and potassium, two minerals that work together with magnesium to keep your muscles firing smoothly. And don't forget the antioxidants. Greens are loaded with compounds that reduce inflammation, protecting your muscles and joints from damage. Next, let's talk about nuts and seeds. Almonds, walnuts, chia seeds, flax seeds, pumpkin seeds. These are tiny packages of power. They provide healthy fats that reduce inflammation, protein for building blocks, and minerals like zinc and magnesium for muscle repair. Chia and flax seeds are also high in omega-3 fatty acids, which have been shown to protect against muscle breakdown and improve recovery after exercise. For seniors, even a small handful of nuts or a spoonful of seeds daily can make a huge difference in how your muscles feel and perform. Another superfood group that deserves attention is fermented dairy. Foods like Greek yogurt and kefir. These not only give you high quality protein, but also provide probiotics, the beneficial bacteria that live in your gut. Why does this matter for your muscles? Because a healthy gut improves nutrient absorption. You can eat all the protein and minerals in the world, but if your gut isn't absorbing them, your muscles won't get the fuel they need. Probiotics help your digestive system work efficiently, so every bite of food you eat is being utilized to its fullest potential. Greek yogurt is also rich in calcium, which, as you know, is not only critical for bones, but also plays a role in muscle contraction and nerve signaling. Let's not forget about berries, blueberries, strawberries, blackberries, raspberries. These are loaded with antioxidants like anthocyanins and vitamin C. After 60, your body produces more free radicals which cause damage to cells, including muscle tissue. Berries neutralize those free radicals, reduce oxidative stress, and speed up recovery. If you've ever felt sore after a simple walk or light exercise, antioxidants from berries can help ease that soreness and allow your muscles to bounce back quicker. Vitamin C from berries also plays a big role in collagen production, which keeps your tendons and ligaments strong so your muscles have a solid foundation to pull against. Another important superfood for seniors is legumes, beans, lentils, and chickpeas. These are fantastic sources of plant-based protein, fiber, and complex carbohydrates. The fiber supports digestive health and blood sugar balance, while the complex carbs provide long-lasting energy for your muscles. Unlike simple sugars that spike and crash your energy, legumes give you steady fuel, which is especially important as you age. And don't forget, legumes are also rich in potassium, magnesium, and iron, all crucial for oxygen delivery and muscle performance. Now, one of my favorite muscle supporting foods is the avocado. Avocados are rich in potassium, even more than bananas, and they provide heart-healthy monosaturated fats. These fats reduce inflammation and support hormone balance. Why is this important? Because hormones like testosterone and growth hormone play a big role in maintaining muscle mass as you age. Even though hormone levels naturally decline after 60, healthy fats from foods like avocado help support what your body is still producing. Plus, avocados are versatile. You can put them on toast, mix them into salads, or blend them into smoothies. We also need to look at whole grains like quinoa, brown rice, and oats. These provide complex carbohydrates, which are the preferred energy source for your muscles during activity. Many seniors cut carbs too much, thinking they only cause weight gain, but without enough carbs, your muscles won't have the glycogen they need to perform. Whole grains also provide B vitamins, which are essential for energy metabolism. That means they help convert the food you eat into usable energy for your cells. Now, why are all these superfoods so important in the bigger picture? Because when you combine protein and leucine with these nutrient-dense foods, you're creating the perfect environment for your muscles to thrive. Protein gives the building blocks, leucine flips the growth switch, and superfoods provide the vitamins, minerals, and antioxidants that keep the system running smoothly. It's like building a house. Protein is the bricks, leucine is the blueprint telling the workers how to stack the bricks, and superfoods are the tools and scaffolding that make the job possible. Without the tools, the house won't stand strong. I once had a patient in her mid-60s who was diligent with her protein. She was eating eggs, chicken, and fish every day, but she still complained of muscle cramps and fatigue. When we looked closer, her diet was almost completely missing vegetables, nuts, and other micronutrient-rich foods. We added spinach and kale to her morning omelet, a handful of almonds as a snack, some quinoa with her dinner, and berries with Greek yogurt for dessert. Within a month, her cramps improved, her recovery was faster, and she felt stronger overall. That's the difference superfoods make. So my friends, remember this, your muscles are not built from protein alone. They need a team of nutrients working together. Dark leafy greens for minerals, nuts and seeds for healthy fats, berries for antioxidants, yogurt for probiotics, legumes for fiber and protein, avocados for potassium and hormones, whole grains for energy. These foods don't just feed your muscles, they nourish your entire body, reduce inflammation, balance your blood sugar, and protect your heart and brain. When you bring these superfoods into your daily meals, you create an environment where your muscles can thrive. You're not just preventing weakness, you're building resilience, energy, and vitality. This is how you fight sarcopenia naturally and stay active, independent, and vibrant well into your golden years. My friends, if there is one thing I want you to truly understand about your muscles and your health after 60, it's this: hydration is everything. You can eat the best proteins, you can load up on leucine, you can fill your plate with superfoods, but if your body is dehydrated, none of it will work the way it should. Muscles are made up of nearly 75% water. That means when you're dehydrated, your muscles literally shrink in size and performance. They become weaker, they fatigue faster, they cramp, and they simply cannot repair themselves properly. Now, here's the problem. As we get older, our thirst mechanism declines. You don't always feel thirsty even when your body is running on empty. Many seniors walk around dehydrated every single day without realizing it. They may think they're just tired, or that their joints ache because of age, or that they feel dizzy because of medication. But in many cases, it's dehydration silently sabotaging their health. Let me explain how dehydration affects your muscles specifically. Water is what allows nutrients, oxygen, and electrolytes to travel into your muscle cells. When you contract the muscles, say lifting your arm or climbing a step, millions of tiny chemical reactions are happening inside those fibers. Sodium, potassium, magnesium, and calcium are all moving in and out of the muscle cells to make that contraction happen. If there's not enough fluid, those reactions slow down, misfire, or stop altogether. That's when you get cramps, spasms, or that heavy dragging feeling in your legs. Think about athletes. Even the best trained athletes in the world will see their performance plummet if they're dehydrated by as little as 2%. For seniors, the consequences are even greater because their muscles are already at risk of decline. Staying hydrated is not optional. It's essential if you want to fight sarcopenia and keep your body moving with energy and strength. So what should you drink? The number one answer will always be clean, pure water. Your body needs it every day, spread throughout the day. But sometimes water alone isn't enough. You also need electrolytes, sodium, potassium, magnesium, because those minerals are what keep your muscles firing correctly. If you drink water without electrolytes, it's like filling your car with gas, but forgetting the spark plugs. The system won't run smoothly. This is why I often recommend simple, natural solutions. Coconut water is one of my favorites. It's nature's sports drink full of potassium and magnesium, hydrating without the added sugars or chemicals you find in commercial drinks. Another simple trick is adding a pinch of sea salt and a squeeze of lemon to a glass of water. That gives you sodium, potassium, and vitamin C all in one, and it helps your cells actually absorb the water instead of just flushing it right out. Now let's talk about hydration from food. Fruits and vegetables are loaded with water, and many of them come naturally packaged with electrolytes. Watermelon, cucumbers, oranges, celery, strawberries, these are hydrating superfoods. Eating them daily keeps your fluid balance steady while delivering fiber and antioxidants that protect your muscles and joints. In fact, a big salad with cucumbers, leafy greens, and tomatoes is not just a meal, it's a hydration strategy. One mistake I see many seniors make is relying too much on coffee or tea. While small amounts are fine, caffeine is a diuretic, which means it makes you lose water. If your fluid intake is mostly coffee, you could be dehydrating yourself without even realizing it. I'm not saying you can't enjoy your morning cup, but balance it with water or herbal teas that support hydration. Ginger tea, chamomile tea, and peppermint tea are excellent choices that soothe your body while helping you stay hydrated. Let me share a story. A gentleman in his late 60s came to me complaining of constant fatigue and muscle cramps. He was eating plenty of protein and taking his supplements, but he said no matter what, he felt weak. When I asked how much water he drank, he said maybe 2 small glasses a day, but I drink coffee all morning and iced tea in the afternoon. Right away, I knew his muscles were dehydrated. I had him increase his water intake to 6 to 8 glasses a day, add a glass of coconut water in the afternoon, and snack on watermelon or oranges. Within 2 weeks, his cramps were gone, his energy was up, and he told me, "Dr. Mandell, I feel like someone turned the lights back on in my body." That's the difference hydration makes. It's also important to know that dehydration doesn't just affect your muscles, it affects your brain. Even mild dehydration can cause confusion, poor focus, and dizziness in seniors. This increases the risk of falls, which are already one of the biggest dangers after 60. By staying hydrated, you're not only protecting your muscles, you're protecting your balance, your coordination, and your independence. Another overlooked part of hydration is timing. Don't wait until you're thirsty. By the time you feel thirsty, you're already dehydrated. Instead, sip water throughout the day. Start your morning with a glass of water before your coffee. Have water with each meal. Carry a small bottle with you and take little sips often. This keeps your body in balance and prevents those big ups and downs. Now, some of you may worry about running to the bathroom too often. If you drink more water, that's understandable. But here's the truth. Your bladder adjusts when your body becomes consistently hydrated. Over time, the frequency evens out. And even if it means an extra trip or two, it's a small price to pay for strong muscles, sharper thinking, and a healthier body. Hydration also speeds recovery. After exercise or activity, your muscles need water to flush out waste products like lactic acid. Without enough fluid, that waste lingers and you feel stiff and sore. With proper hydration, your recovery is faster and your muscles are ready for the next challenge. So my friends, here is the bottom line. Muscles cannot live without water and electrolytes. Dehydration robs you of strength, energy, and independence. But with a little attention each day, drinking water, adding natural electrolytes, eating hydrating fruits and vegetables, you can keep your muscles healthy, your joints moving smoothly, and your mind sharp. Your body is like a beautiful garden. Without water, it withers. With water, it thrives. The same goes for your muscles. Give them what they need, and they will reward you with strength, balance, and vitality for years to come.